Let's talk about should the Detroit Pistons give Jaden, Ivey and or Jalen Duren an extension before the season. It said that Jalen Duren can get $25 million a year is the going rate that he could be looking at. Ivey really don't know. Right now, I think I said 10 is what he could be looking at. But obviously, he gonna want to bet on himself, and both are. I see Duren talking about he's working on his 3-point shot when he should be bagging to the basket. I get the impression that the Pistons were interested in Miles Turner, that they're gonna be looking to invest into a stretch five. That's the impression that I get. So, at the trade deadline, you can see them two names behind names. I don't know their contingency plan for Duren, but Ivey, they got Ryan Hollins, they got Asar Thompson, Malik Beasley. See what happened with his situation. NBA now conducting their own investigation to see if he broke some player law rules. So, but honestly, I think, in reality, I think you can see both of them guys traded at the deadline because at the end of the day, at some point, other than Ryan Hollins and some draft picks, Trajan Langdon is going to put his imprint on this team. He got all the draft picks going forward right now. He's going to put his imprint on this team, and I think they're going to get Ivey an opportunity to prove that he can be a serviceable number two. And I think they're also going to get Duren an opportunity to be more consistent, stay out of foul trouble, and control the paint. And if either one of them don't carry out that mission at the trade deadline, you can see them move. So I think the smart thing to do is let them play half the season through, make a determination at the trade deadline. Are we going to move forward? Or are we going to move them and get somebody that we really want? So I think you're going to start to see him really make his mark on this team. And I think you can see Duren and Ivey, both of them dudes gone. And you can see a guy like Lauri Markkanen. They can go after another stretch five they might like. I don't know who's available. I think you're going to start to see him put his own twist on this team. Him and JB Bickerstaff. And if they play well together and they get off to a hot start, they about to get paid. For Ivey, it's just about determining, are you the number two? Can y'all mesh? And if not, you're gonna see some moves. You're gonna see some moves being made. You're gonna see some significant moves being made, especially if they both not. So, but it don't surprise me none, honestly. If Duren really played the whole year like he played the second half of the year, and then in that Knicks series, he could have played a lot better. But then again, that was his first playoff series. He's still young, and then the ankle injuries. Can you stay durable? He got an attitude early in the season because he wasn't touching the ball. So he didn't play defense. So that's another issue. So you're going to start looking at teams that's struggling. Maybe Charlotte. Maybe Miami starts to struggle. That's what you're going to start looking at. All the teams that's not getting off to a good start or it's terrible, or you're going to start looking at bigger name players like Lauri Markkanen. You're going to start looking at whatever. What if Phoenix started to struggle? Maybe you start looking back at Book. So that's what you're going to start looking at. Some of the teams that's not doing well, monitoring Philadelphia, if they're going to blow it up or not, depending on what they got going on. But as of right now, you let them play it out. And by the deadline, if you can get a guy that you really like, and they ain't playing well, or you get a guy that's really light, then you go get him. So I think really this franchise probably gonna start turning that corner pretty soon. That's my opinion on it. I think that's what you're gonna start seeing. You're gonna start seeing this franchise turn that corner soon. I think you're gonna start seeing Trajan put his imprint. I think you are gonna start seeing Trajan put his imprint on this team. That's what I believe. I think it's going to be a stretch five or another stretch big fella in there. So, it's going to be interesting and fun to watch. In my humble opinion, it's going to be very interesting and fun to watch. And it's going to be, and you're still in that development stage where these guys are still developing. You're still in the stage where these guys are still finding who they are, finding out how to be a pro, getting some success. But February come, I think you might see significant changes, whether it's bringing these players back, giving them an extension. I don't think they can afford to let anybody walk. So I think that's what you're gonna start to see. You're gonna start to see, new faces come in, or you're gonna start to see the Pistons really gel together, and this core go to the next level. So OKC didn't make any significant changes to their core. It's a new era. They didn't have to go out and get a Kevin Duren, or have to go out and get a LeBron James or Devin Booker or Joel Embiid, or they didn't have to make any significant moves. You know, sorry, y'all. Yeah, they didn't have to go out and make any significant moves. They trusted the development. So even that's putting an imprint on the team. If you Trajan Langdon, if you ain't gotta make significant changes to the roster, and you just keeping the core together and you developing the guys, that still speaks volume, because the first thing people usually come in do into a new situation or a new organization is they want to put their imprint on the team. They want to just do, even if it's running, it's a championship winning organization, or it's a great business doing hellified numbers. A lot of these guys still want to come in and just change something, just to change it, just to say they put their imprint and feel like they're a part of it, even if it's got failure written all over it. And for him, if it's if they hitting on all cylinders and they playing well, and for him to keep that team together, that's his imprint on the team as well too. Because people just got the urge to come in and change everything and flip everything upside down. Teration was willing to work with Monty Williams. That's a fact. Tom Gores is the one that fired him. He was willing to work with Monty. Tom Gores was the one that said, "Nah, fuck that. You got to go." Excuse my language, but he was the one. So Terajan is he made a couple of changes he thought they can make to the roster. They made the world of difference. 3 veterans: Tobias Harris, Tim Hardaway Jr., Malik Beasley. So let me know what you girls and guys think. Check out the Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Hit the link tree. Find me everywhere from Facebook, Instagram, um, wherever else I'm producing my other platforms. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know what y'all think about, basically Duren and Ivey going into the season without extensions. I believe they were drafted in the same year. So it should be very interesting. And, the pressure is on, especially Ivey coming off an injury. But hey, appreciate y'all. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Hit the subscribe button, bell icon button, so you get those notifications, gang. Peace.